Hey, what's up, guys? Gangsta Jeweler here. So today we're going to be working on a ring that comes to us from a particular store. I'm not going to name this store because I'm going to have a few bad things to say about this ring and about some of the jewelry in general that comes from this particular location. I mean, I appreciate their business, but I try to speak truth on this channel, and I don't want to throw them under the bus. So on this particular ring, you can see, I don't know why they do this, but they put jewelry in their case it's missing a stone. That's what we got it for, is to replace a stone. All the prongs are there. The stone should just slip in right there, snap in. But in a perfect world, doesn't always work out that way sometimes. But it was missing a stone, and if you look at the sides, see these sides? They're crushed. They're caved in. You can see on the inside there, it's caved in. And same here on both sides, crushed and caved in. Now only thing we're being asked to do is to replace the stone that's missing. But I also want to talk about some of the ugly truths in the jewelry repair business as well. And some of those ugly truths are, if you're not making a video, I'll have a video for this. But if you don't make a video, at least take a picture. You want to take a picture of this before you even work on it. And preferably you want to look at it while you're standing there with them and show them, hey, this I did not do. Because something I learned a long time ago, there's a lot of disingenuous people out there, and you have to cover your ass sometimes. People will give you a ring like this, and then they'll say, well, that wasn't like that when I gave it to you. It's like, oh, really? And they know. And then what really makes you mad is they know that they're lying to you. They know it was like that, but they're trying to get you to fix it for nothing. And you just gotta be mindful of people like that. There's people like that all over the place in the world, unfortunately. And I hate to bring that up, but that's a ugly truth that you need to keep in mind. That people will try to pull some crap on you, and that's just part of this game. They'll say, oh, that stone wasn't missing when I dropped it off, or oh, them sides wasn't crushed like that when I dropped it off. Oh, really? Really, bitch? Okay. I got your number. And sometimes they might be genuine and think, that, hey, it wasn't like that when that they really didn't know that was missing, or they didn't really know. But, 9 times out of 10, they know, and they know what they're trying to do. And when I have people that are like that try to pull something like that on me, unfortunately, you got to cut ties with those people. I know that sounds hard, but you have to. Because if they're like that on that piece, they're going to do it on other pieces, and it just creates a really bad relationship. So I hate to talk about that, but we got to talk about some of the ugly parts of jewelry repair as well, because there are ugly parts to it. But we're going to go ahead and cut this tag off of here. But I just wanted to bring that up because you do have to cover your ass as well sometimes, because there are disingenuous people in this world. Just because you don't think that way doesn't mean they don't. Trust me. I have seen it over and over and over. And when you see it as much I think that's a blessing and a curse about this business, is you get to see the good side of some people, and you get to see the ugly side of some people, just how disingenuous some people are. And it sucks, but I just wanted to throw that out there because we need to talk about, I hadn't really talked about some of the bad of doing jewelry repair. But now that we got that out of the way, we went ahead and cut that tag off. And then, like I said, we got these crushed sides, but we're not being asked to do anything with those. So, you know, we could fill that in and then smooth it out, but we're not being asked to do that, and that would be quite a bit of gold to have to try to fill that in on both sides. So we aren't doing it for free. And all we're being asked to do is replace this stone right here. So that's what we're going to do. It looks like it's about a 4-point, if I had to guess. Yeah, it looks like it's about a 4-point. But let's see. Let's check in our tray here and see what we got. Let's just see. Now this one, I tried to make another video where the diamond should just snap in with all the prongs there. I think this one will. The last one I tried to do didn't quite work out that way, and I ended up having to put a prong on it. But this one should be a fairly easy repair, hopefully, if all things goes well. Let's see here. That is too big and it looks like shit. Too big and looks like shit. That might, you bitch. That might be our money maker right there. Let's see. Come on. Don't be stubborn. You know what? That stone might be too big too. Yeah, that one's too big too. All right. Where? Find us a nice little 4-pointer here somewhere. But yeah, you know, you can be a good-hearted person, but you have to understand there's evil people and disingenuous people in the world, and unfortunately you have to cover your ass, because there's just some people out there, man, they're built different. And I hate to use this terminology, but you gotta be nice, but there's sometimes you have to be a gangster too, you know, because if people think they can roll over you, they will roll over you. You have to be a gangster, man. And that just goes for life in general, you know, and I'm sure you guys understand that. There's some people that will take advantage of you if they think they can. Let's check this stone out and see. Yeah, it's too big. Too big. Let's check this one out just for GP here. Let's see. Well, shit, we dropped it. Hold on, I gotta readjust this camera, guys. Sorry. Okay. Where? This might be too small, but we'll give it a shot. Might be too small though. God dang it. Freaking stone. Well, I had one that might have worked, but it just dropped back in the freaking tray here. I thought I might have had one that would work. This is always the fun part, trying to find a stone that will match and is the right size. But once we find one, we should be able to just snap this sucker in there without too much trouble. But sometimes things don't always go the way you plan it. That one might work, guys. Might work. Yeah, I think that one will work. Let's see if we can get it to snap in there. We're just going to use some kind of over pliers here and just see if we can't get that to snap in there. Now I know that stone looks a little dirty right now, but it's got dirt on the top of it, so that'll clean up. But right now we're just trying to see if we can get this thing to snap in there. That thing is not in there by any stretch of the means. That thing might might be in there now. I know it looks a little dirty, but there's dirt right on the top of this. And that will clean off in the ultrasound, which you guys will see at the end there. I don't think it is snapped in though. These pliers are a little too big now. So now what we're going to do is just try to... I'm going to see if we can't just push on the back side of this stone, because that is the part that's not locking in quite just yet. And we're just pushing. And that might, looks like that's in there. I gotta zoom out for a second though, guys, so I can kind of test this thing and see if it's even in there. That bitch ain't in there. Fooled me. Fooled me. Damn sure fooled me. Yeah. We have got to get that thing to lock in there. I'm just pushing on it to try to get it to snap in. All right, let's go back to these real quick. Why in the hell does this thing not want to snap in? I swear, guys, I'm telling you, everything I planned for the way it's supposed to go, it just doesn't go for whatever reason. I don't know why, but that's just how it is, I guess. And then we gotta push this bad boy. Push her straight. Well, we just lost our stone there. Alright guys, here's what we're going to do. Since it don't want to snap in there, we're just going to grab this prong right here right there. And we're just gonna pull it back just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, now we're gonna set our stone in here. And hopefully it will sit in there this time correctly. Probably should have just pulled it back to begin with. But a lot of times you can get it to snap in there. If you got all your prongs there. All right, let's see if we can't get this to push in now. Dang, that thing just does not want to go in there, does it? Alright guys, let's look for another stone. I think this one's going to be a little bit too big. I was trying to make it work, but that one might just be a little too big. Just a tad too big. Let's take a look at this thing, see what it looks like. This stone looks fairly good. Now the question is, will it fit? This thing. Sorry guys, trying to keep you in focus here. All right, let's see if we can't get this thing to snap in there. You want to be very careful. You don't want to crimp super hard because you could bend the head, which you don't want to do that. You do not want to bend the head. Well, that stone looks good, but I mean, it needs to be cleaned a little bit. But I still ain't got it snapped in there too well. Let's go with this from the side a little bit here. See, like I said, guys, things just don't always go the way you plan them. And we're trying to push it in here now using different pliers and angles. Because basically what it does is it slips in to this side here, and this prong kind of pushes and holds the stone in. Yeah, that stone ain't gonna work. We tried on that one ain't gonna work either. We need to get one a little bit smaller. Just a tiny little bit smaller. Nope. Let's take a look at this one here. If I can hold on to it long enough. Alright, looks good on paper. Not sure if it's going to work in theory, but it looks like it might work for us. But there's no guarantees, especially in stone setting. You never know. Could be the wrong size, wrong color. And we're just going to go ahead and push on this. Damn, that one's too big too. Shit. We are moving on to a bigger tray here. Hold on just a second. Let me see that stone that was just in this thing here. Where'd it go? There it is. Come on. Oh yeah, that's too big. Alright, we're going to close that. We're going to move on over. Well, we're not going to move over. I'm going to stand up because my freaking leg is falling asleep for some reason. Oh, what a bitch. Okay. We are moving over here because we need to find a smaller stone. And I don't have too many small ones in that tray. I got plenty of small ones over here though. So let's see what we can find here. Let me see that stone right there. Right there. Let's see what that's going to look like. Ah, you bizzatch. Where'd you go? Where'd you fall to? Well, we're not setting stones, we're making stones disappear. That's the title of this video, making stones disappear. Damn. There it is. Alright, found it. Woo. Weeza found it. It looks good. Question is, does it fit though? That's the real question. Damn it, too big. I don't know, it might not be. Let's see. It's actually hanging in there. Basically what I'm doing is just pushing on it, trying to get it to snap in there, but it might not. Might not work out. Alright, we might have us a winner here, guys. Maybe. I need to crimp on it from the side somehow here. Like I said, you don't want to crank too hard because you don't want to bend the head on it. You just want to apply a little pressure, get it to dip down, snap in. Yeah, that thing's getting there. Seems to be holding, as far as I can tell so far. Yeah, it's holding. But we got to get it to sit down in there more, because I don't know if you guys can see. It's still right there. See, it's still stuck up. Well, we've got it locked in there, but you can see it's locked in there, but it's still sticking way up. Sticking too far up. We need that thing to sit flat. And we're still a little sticking up there. You can see that stone right there, how it's sticking up. It looks good though, but what we're gonna have to do, I was hoping to not have to, but we're gonna have to break out the good old ring setup here. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We have got to set this ring up so we can do some tapping on it, because we got to get that stone level. Now I don't know that this one is going to fit it. Let's see. Here you go. Here again, guys. See, something that should have just snapped in there isn't quite going to work for us. Again, we're going to have to adapt. First, we got to find one of these that'll fit this ring. Not too big. Here, let's just pull this box out. Does that one fit it? No. That one don't fit. Well, where's the smaller one? Let me see this one here. Maybe that's going to be the one. That might be it. Let's try it. Let's make sure we got the ring on the right side here. This might hold it. Let's see. Don't know for sure, but we're fixing to find out. I think that might work. All right, so now what we need is essentially all we're looking for is something flat and thin that we can stick on the top of that and tap it in so that it locks in and sits flat. too big. Now this might be good right here. Yeah, I think that might be good. Let's go ahead and grab our hammer here. And let me zoom you guys in. And basically what we're doing is we're just trying to get right on top of that stone and tap it in. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm trying to keep you guys in focus there. Alright, let's pull this off and take a look at it, see what we got. Nah, it still ain't in there. Okay. Still not locked in there just yet. Go ahead and zoom you guys back in here. Okay, let's take a look. No, we're still sideways in there a little bit. Let me get a little bit bigger thing here. Let me see this one. That one might be better. Zoom you guys back in. Let's take a look at it. Nah, still a little sideways there. Which I think you guys can see that. See how it's still sticking up right there? We just need it to go down, lock in. But we're being careful. Taking our time. Let's see, I think we got it in there, guys. Finally. So you see the stone, it's a little dirty right now, but that will clean up. No, it's still a little off. Yep, still off. Thought we had it, but we don't. Not yet anyways. Let's take a look at it. Well, I don't know, guys. Let's try tapping a little bit more. But if that stone don't work, we may have to shoot for a different one here. Not quite. Let's keep working on it. Nope, still not there yet, guys. Let's see what we got now. Alright, need to do a little more tapping here. Well, would you look at that shit? We had a loose stone. Look at that. See that stone right there? Let's see. You know where that came out of? Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought that was another stone. That was our stone. I was going to say, well, ain't that a bitch? We had a loose stone. Okay, that stone's not going to work. So, back to ground zero. Yeah, I thought that was another stone. I was like, well, ain't that a bitch? Because if you got loose stones in there when you're tapping on it, they'll fall out too. Ultrason's a good place. If you got loose stones, they'll come out in the ultrason for sure. That's a good place to test your stones. And after you stone set, you always want to put your ring in the ultrason. If it'll pass the ultrason test, maybe even do a drop check. Drop it on the floor one time. Just to be safe, you know. Well, I hate that that stone didn't work for us. I'm glad it wasn't another one because I thought for sure it was another one that fell out. I'm glad that was not the case. Alright, we got another stone here, guys. Let's see if we can't get this one to maybe lock in for us. That would be nice. Let's take a look at what we got here. Nope, not locked in, guys. I know this thing doesn't quite fit it. I'm sliding the ring on and off. It makes it a little tight to where I can use it, but I don't really have one smaller or in like kind of in between bigger to make it solid tight. So we're working with what we got here at the moment, but it's not moving around on me bad, so oh yeah, I think we got us a stone. Oh yeah. Looks like it is snapped in there. Looks like it's sitting flush. Pretty flush. I'm going to tap on that just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Right on the corner there. Right where that prong is. Now let's see what we got, guys. All right, let's do a little bit more tapping. Yeah, I think I am happy with that. Let me zoom you guys out for a second here. I think I am happy with that. Let's see. Let's see how solid that is in there. No, we ain't happy with that at all. Nope, I am not happy with that at all. Let's squeeze this prong together a little bit, or pull it back some. Let's check our stone. Our stone still wasn't really sitting in there too well. Yeah, we're still not sitting in there very well. I thought we were, but I was quite wrong. Fooled me, that's for sure. And basically what we're doing is just trying to see if we can squeeze that prong to hold the stone a little better. Okay, let's take a look here. Sitting flush, it doesn't want to lock in though. Okay. Let's see what that did. Let's squeeze this bad boy a little more. Basically what I'm doing is just trying to pull the prong in closer to the stone. That's all I'm doing. Let's check it now and see if it's still moving. Yeah, it's still moving. You can see that moving. All right, let's tap on the corner of this prong a little more, see if we can't get it to tighten down on that stone a little bit. All right, let's check her now and see. I don't know why, but for some reason, this thing is just being a bitch. swear to God, something that's supposed to just go so simple never goes so simple. I don't know why that is. I have yet to figure out what the issue is. But for some reason, things just do not go the way you plan them sometimes. Alright, let's do a little more tapping, guys. A little more tapping. Little more tapping. Why can't they just make stones with 4 prongs all the way around them? It would be so much more secure that way. So much more secure that way. Like channel sets are the worst. Stones with 1 prong holding them are the worst. Just put 4 prongs around all your stones. Be done with it. Now, alright guys, we're going to see if we can't do this one more time with a bigger tapper here. If not, we may have to go add some gold to this thing to kind of help hold it in. Might be why it was missing to begin with. Let's grab our thing here. Do a little more tapping here. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, that bitch just ain't gonna lock in there. Alright, well, what we're gonna have to do then, see, the problem is right back here, it should, there's like 2 little grooves that it should lock into. The prong here is fine. It's these, the grooves must be wore down enough that that stone is just not sitting in the groove. So we're probably going to have to add a little gold on this side to help hold that side in, because it's that side that wants to keep popping up. So like I said, guys, the way you plan it's never the way it works out. So we're going to head over to the other desk here. We are going to head over here. I didn't have this one all set up because I wasn't planning on having to weld, but hey, we do what we got to do. Yeah, we got to get a little bit of gold on that side, just a tiny little bit. It sucks, but it's what we got to do. So that's what we are going to do. Let's go ahead and get our torch set up, get our tanks turned on. There we go. Yeah, that was... She's being a bitch. But that's nothing new. Like I said, it doesn't go the way you planned it always. Something you shouldn't have to put a prong on. It just won't snap in, doesn't want to hold. And it's just the way it is. So let's go ahead and get us a little bit of gold on there. On that side anyways. Let's go ahead and get us some boric acid denatured alcohol here. If you need something to be able to put your boric acid denatured alcohol on, to just drip it on there, just get you like a popsicle stick or something. That's what I'm using. See, good old popsicle stick or something similar to that. We're going to switch to a 4-tip here. Yep, 4-tip. And let's go ahead and burn some of this denatured alcohol and boric acid off of here. Let's go ahead and do that. Now the ring is yellow gold, but these prongs are white gold, so we're going to use a white gold. And we're going to cut us a little itty bitty piece because we don't need a big blob on there. We just want to get some gold on the opposite side to hold that stone in there. That might be why that stone was missing to begin with, because there's supposed to be grooves on that side where there's no prongs, and that stone kind of just sits in, and then the prong on the back side pushes and holds it in. But I think them grooves are just wore out. So we're going to have to improvise here. So we got our solder cut, so let's go ahead. We're not going to put flux on it because we don't want the stone lifting up on us. There we go. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to add some gold to the back of this thing, on the back side there. on, this thing's moving on me here. And my solder just went bye-bye. Hold on, guys. Zoom me back out for a second. Let's head back over here to the other desk real quick. I need these tweezers right here. These bad boys. Yeah, I was hoping the solder was stuck on there, but when the ring turned and I flipped it over, or flipped it sideways, it fell off. So, not a big deal. We're always dropping solder, aren't we, guys? All right. Coming in hot. All right, we need just this flame a little bit. We need a little more heat. More heat. More heat. There we go. I think we got us a piece on there now to hold it. To hold that bitch in there. Alright, let's take a look. Let me zoom out real quick. Let's take a look at this thing. Yeah, it looks, yeah, that's gonna work, I think. From what I can tell. Let's cool it off real quick so I can actually hold it. They're diamonds, so we're not worried about dropping it in water. But you can see that, see right here, we kind of just added on to that prong a little bit to kind of help hold that thing in. Because there should be grooves on this backside that the stone locks into, and then this prong here just pushes and holds it in. But I think them grooves are wore down, which will happen over time. But now what we need to do, let's make sure that stone is solid in there. Make sure we ain't got no wiggles. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that stone's in there solid now. See, we don't have no wiggling going on. All right. All right, we got that going. Good. That worked out. So now what we're going to do is now that we got that stone in there solid, see, basically what we did is we just added on to that prong just a little bit on the back side. And we're going to file that down just a little bit, try to make it look a little more uniform so it's not quite as big. Sorry guys, I gotta adjust the camera here a little bit. Yeah, so this ended up being another one of those repairs where I should have just put a prong on the opposite side to begin with, but setting's not made for that. It's made to just lock in, but here again, setting won't just lock in. So we had to build us a nice little prong kind of on the back side here to cover that stone. But yeah, I think we're good. By the time we polish that up, that's going to file down a little bit more. That don't look too crazy on there. Now we're not going to add anything on the back side of this because this is locked in there nice and tight. If we try to add anything to the back side of this prong, then it's going to kind of look ugly, stick out like a sore thumb, but that thing is locked in there now. So we're going to drop this into ultrasound and we're going to go polish it up. And then we'll look at the finished product. But let me go drop this into ultrasound real quick. And hopefully we don't have any loose stones, because if not, we'll be back resetting other stones. But we'll see. We'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, we're back with that ring and we're ready to get her polished. You can see we got our stone nice and solid in there now. And luckily no other stones come out in the ultrasound. I was a little afraid with the way how beat up this ring is. There might be some other loose stones in there, but I checked them all and they seem to all be pretty good and passed the ultrasound test, so that works for me. Let's go ahead and get this thing polished. Yeah, that looks nice now. starting to look pretty good. Our stone looks a little ugly now right now because it's got rouge all over it. That is quite okay. It'll clean up. Alright guys, let's do the inside of the ring now. Let's hit this one more time over here. You can already see that shine coming in it. Looks darn good. Alright guys, I think we got this thing all polished, so let's go ahead and drop her in the ultrasound. We'll come back, look at the finished product guys. We'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back with that ring. So you can see we got the, let me zoom you guys in here. You can see we got the prong. Well, kind of a prong. We kind of added to that prong to help hold that stone in there. It's nice and secure now. Don't have to worry about it going anywhere. Much safer that way than just having this one prong pushing against it to hold it in into the grooves, which I think the grooves were just wore down too much. That's why the stone wasn't sitting in there. We might get one day guys where it just snaps in like it should, but this wasn't it. But we got it polished, clean, taken care of. Like I said, these hollows, as I said in the beginning of the video, these sides were crushed. They didn't say anything about fixing them. We're not going to fix them. We're not being told to do that. We're just being told to replace the stone. So that's what we did. But this is the Gangster Jeweler. I appreciate you guys watching. If you would like and subscribe, that would be fantastic. If you'd like for me to do your repairs, you can visit my Etsy shop, which will be down in the description. And also, I am going to start live streaming on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern time, doing reactions to other jewelers working on jewelry, different videos. But that's something we're going to be doing. I might expand it to more days, but for now it's just going to be Sunday evenings, 7 p.m. Eastern time. But we got this one taken care of, got it all done. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, the link will be down in the description, a tip or donation, but that's not required. I appreciate you guys watching. It just helps the channel grow. And this is the Gangsta Jeweler, guys. I'll see you on the next one.